Hello, thanks for joining me today. I'm Craig O'Neill, Vice President of Education here at Autoflow. It is a release notes update here in this video. We already did one video on a specific new feature for a text update dashboard. I'm also going to cover the rest of this release in this video, at least several of the new enhancements. Let's go into it. Now, one of the new enhancements is actually an item called Worksheet, and I have some notes on this on the website. You can go find out more details there and reach out to support@autoflow.com to gain access to this. What it is a new type of form. It is different than the DVI, quality control, work order, repair orders, and everything else. This is a worksheet, and it's highly dynamic, and it's customizable, and you can perform all sorts of different types of inspections and create all sorts of different types of checklists that you may need to perform that may or may not even be associated to a visit, but yes, they can be associated to a visit later on. We have a lot of different tests in this environment here, but let me go to the setup page. There'd be a new worksheet setup page. And I think this is really neat because you're going to get a sense for why this is a really cool feature. In this, you will see there are options to choose which types of buttons you allow or disallow on a sheet. I'll give you another example here on this symptom intake sheet, where maybe this is a form that we want our customer to use, or we use alongside our customer, curbside check-in type form, but not necessarily the kiosk check-in that we've used before. And you can specify if you want to have a yellow or red item on here, or if it's a not applicable item, if it's just going to be a text field with no items at all, whether you want to allow pictures, notes, videos. Very dynamic worksheet. And I think you're going to get a sense that, okay, get your gears turning, find out how you want to use a worksheet. For those of you who like to do a little pre-inspection sheet, this is so powerful because what you can do is in the All Worksheets tab here, you can have labels on each one. You can perform these, and then you can associate them to a specific visit that is on the dashboard already. So you can perform these worksheets before a client comes in or before they're checked into the system. Later on, once they're checked in, you can associate it. And once you've associated a worksheet, it's going to have a simple view inside of the DVI. And right now in phase one, it is just a simple linking that we're doing so that we can see like, okay, there's a worksheet associated to this vehicle, and it'll allow a service advisor or technician to open up that worksheet and see the details of this form in their entirety. Very useful if you need to get information in the fingertips of technicians especially. And I've always seen this as a logical thing that we could do with a symptom sheet. So hopefully you guys will find this useful. And if you want to try it out, give us some feedback. We're ready for it. Now, next up, I want to talk just briefly on vehicle tags. So we're going to go into the company setup page. This is specifically one of those variables inside of a text message that allows you to say, instead of your vehicle, you can have it specified to a client their actual vehicle with details. If you want to do this in the DVI send or any of these other variables, that this is permitted. This is now new options that you have here. We've been using the license plate instead of a year, make, model. We used to a long time ago. Some of you remember we did year, make, model. But those of you who serve fleets, year, make, model is not a good vehicle identifier. So license plate became the thing. But also you fleet folks like stock or unit numbers. So we give you the option to choose which ones are most beneficial for your specific facility. And yes, this is a facility level selection. You can have different facilities in your organization, use different variables for this particular case where you do want to include a vehicle ID. Next up, we're going to go into the scheduler. The scheduler has been receiving some V4 graphical improvements, which look really cool on mobile screens as well. And there's all kinds of great new features, terms and conditions that you can use, even options on the services here. Great new thing. And one other cool thing about this is that, yeah, we've now started using your logo down at the bottom part of the page. This is more important that your logo be there, not ours. It's powered by you. You get to have your logo in there. I think this will keep things on brand for your organization. And one other piece inside of this, let's go into the setup page. This is a little bit understated, and I want to make sure you're aware. So we're going to go into the Kiosk scheduler setup. We're going to go to the service repair jobs tab. When we are here, there's options at the top of this page. Some of you want to include the something else option that we give clients there, or the deferred service options that we show clients there, or you can disable those. And we made this language a little bit more clear and set up, give you a little bit more flexibility there as well. Now, let's go and take a look at reporting. I'm actually just going to go into a master report here because I want to show you something I'm very excited about. I think a lot of you are going to find this very useful. And that is, if we do go to our version 4 report, instead of just the V3 report, we're going to see that we have a new date picker. There's a 90-day option now inside of each of the reports date picker. So those of you who've been selecting each individual date to try to figure out how you want to do that, and then you get the alert that says it goes back too far. Now you can just hit last 90 days and it'll give you the last 90 days. Very, very useful. Now, another setup item, we're going to go over into workflow setup and the tags setup menu. Some tags you want to prioritize more than others. We get it. Now we've added handles here, and this is going to be the order that these tags will appear inside of any dropdown where you're selecting the tags in the system. So if I go back to the active customer page, and maybe we just want to pop onto one of the details tabs here where we see the tag dropdown, we're now going to see this list is going to reflect the order that you laid out in. Makes it a little bit of a user-friendlier piece. That works. So that you can have the picks that you make the most right at your fingertips. My advice would be not to do a warranty one with a W and also a waiting one with a W. It may add confusion in your shop. Pro tip for you right there. Now, I want to jump over for this piece to our DVI. And I will say, as far as small enhancement goes, this one's worth writing home about. We have added now a search field inside of the DVI for line items. Type in your line item and it will show you the line item that you are searching for. Just note, in this pass, it is going to require that you actually show the sheet fully expanded, and it will highlight that transmission for you. Don't worry, we'll get rid of the video lines as we move through this piece. We're excited to get the search box in there. It's still going to help you guys out, especially with those longer sheets. I'm excited to hear feedback on this release or anything interesting that you're doing with those new worksheets. Thank you so much, folks. We really appreciate you. And let me tell you, this is the last release of 2025. Those of you who've been with us throughout this year, you've seen a lot of changes. Thank you so much. We appreciate your patience as we continue to finish up the V3 to V4 updates, and we have so much more in store for a very exciting 2026. We'll see you soon.